Yo, 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 what up, what up, what up? What's going on, what's going on, what's going on? What's popping? What's good? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. So, man, I had to do this one real quick because I was like, man, I was watching this video earlier and I was listening to this guy and he was saying that, these women out here, they keep complaining about they can't find a man and, like, what the hell is wrong with that? Because you got all these good guys out here. And if she wanted a man, she could get any one of these good guys who would be happy to have her, right? And he's like, women, you need to start going after the good guys, like the guys who are good for you. Like, stop messing with these bad boys and jerks and idiots. And I want to tell you guys this. What I want to tell you is that women don't want good men. So stop telling them to get good men. Okay, just stop telling them. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you how in a second. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to V Trades, Omar, John Doe, Fabian K in the building, Chris 1997, Jakuza, Certified Tyrone. So I'm gonna break this down so you guys understand what's really going on out here. But before I break it all down, you feel me? Let's get this shit cracking here. Let's make
everybody has game. The thing is, though, is your game weak or is your game strong? See, that's the difference. See, having weak game is synonymous with having no game. But you have game, you have a strategy to get what you want, but your strategy might be weak.
I always tell these guys, snap your fingers. And I'll tell them, snap your fingers. Like, you hear that sound? I'm like, what is that sound? Bitch, that's a 17-year-old that just turned 18. That's a 19-year-old that just turned 21. They are just, they're everywhere.
Hi, how you doing? You think I give a fuck about how you doing, bitch? All I want you to motherfucking do is open your mouth and say something so I can hear how your voice sounds so it can tell me how the fuck to get at you.
Your feelings are not facts. Because you feel like whatever you feel like, you can't get me to believe that there's more than two genders. You understand what I'm saying? And truthfully, I'm not sorry because I can't really make facts out of your fucking feelings. Matter of fact, fuck your feelings. There's only two genders. Only two genders. You trying to tell me that genders are neutral and niggas is trying to come up with 92 fucking genders, bro.
There's this narrative now that it's okay for a man to cry, and it's really pushing this sensitivity, express yourself, express your feelings. One thing I've always respected about my father growing up, I never seen my dad cry. Me and him would get into arguments, we would go at it, we would fight. I would say the harshest things to him I could to hurt his feelings, but I never broke him.
Shoot, just the right pair of shoes get your dick sucked. Just the right pair of shoes. Women don't, seriously, you could look like Boris Cujo, you'd be 6'8", have a print down to your knee. They look at those shoes, they bust, they just like, oh no, not him. Nah, boo-boo.
The bitches shine because of the nigga. Period. Like, and when it's functioning correctly, that's the way it is. So, on that note, dick is a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift.
You got to play your way from start to the end. That's having game. Because if you do that, what you expect is what's going to happen. See, don't no accidents happen with motherfuckers that got game.
All right, we back. Let's get it cracking. So, man, I'm early today. Listen, see, Jakuza, this is not what I'm talking about here. See, some of y'all guys are gonna get mad when you hear this video. I'm just gonna let you know right now. But it's okay because it's a learning experience and it's gonna make you more well-versed in this game. So Jakuza's like, exactly, women don't want good men, so they shouldn't get mad when they get played, cheated, and hurt. F women's feelings. Oh, man, guys, this is not what we're we're doing here. Shout out to April in the building. What's going on, girl? Hold on. Put the donation up. Donation, join up. So now let me get into the meat and potatoes of this shit, so you guys understand what's going on, right? So I was listening to this video, right? And this guy, he was basically, you know, your typical video you see on the internet now of guys like, you know, bitching and moaning about women, and women do this and women do that, and women are messed up, and, you know, the same old shit you've always been hearing, right? And so there's a part in the video, and this is something that I've heard on many videos and just heard in, you know, when I'm on Clubhouse and read in chat rooms and all this other stuff, where guys, they'll say, you know, what's wrong with these women, man? You know, like, they're always passing up the good guy, and then they get with the asshole, and then the asshole plays them, and then they bitch and moan about it, right? And then they're saying, look, if you want a husband, if you want a boyfriend, if you want a guy who's going to stick with you, why don't you get with the good guy, right? What's wrong with you ladies? Why don't you just get with the good guy, right? Now, what you have to understand is logically that makes sense. It makes sense, right? It's like, yo, this guy is a good guy. Why wouldn't you get with him, right? But what you have to understand is that when it comes to attraction is not logical. You understand what I'm saying? So you guys are saying, just get with the good guy. What you got to understand is attraction isn't logical. So what happens is that you have a lot of guys out here who are actually good guys, right? Meaning, let's say, for example, they got a good job, right? They're nice people. You know, they might help old ladies cross the street, right? They volunteer and help the homeless and shit. They probably go to church every Sunday and all that. They're just really good guys. But guess what? Guess what's missing out of this situation of the guy being the good guy? What's missing is that he is not sexually appealing to the woman. So just because you're a good guy, just because you're a good person, doesn't mean you're attractive sexually to the woman. You understand? So what happens is that telling a woman to just get with the good guy is the equivalent of women telling you, hey, just get with that out of shape, you know, fugly looking girl. She has a great personality. Just get with her. Why are you trying to go after the chick with the fat ass and the tight body? Why don't you go after the girl over here with the good personality? She's a good woman, right? She's a good girl. She's a good chick. Why don't you get with her? But you're like, oh, but I mean, I'm not really attracted to her. But come on, she's a good woman. Why don't you get with her? You see what I'm saying? So by you telling women to get with the good guy is the equivalent of them telling you to get with the girl with the nice personality, but she's not physically attractive and you're not attracted to her. You see what I'm saying? So what a lot of good guys don't understand is the reason why women don't want you is because you're not sexually appealing. So you could be a good guy, right? You got your college degree, you're doing all of this stuff. You're helping out your mom and shit. You're an upstanding citizen. All of this stuff is great. But what happens is that because you're not sexually appealing, because she doesn't find you sexually attractive, because you don't have any type of charisma, charm, swag, you're not really confident when it comes to dealing with women, she's not going to want you. You understand? She's not going to want you. Smoker X, so you said, so guys should become jerks to be sexually appealing? No, you don't have to become a jerk. You just have to be sexually appealing. You don't have to be a jerk to be sexually appealing. The problem is jerks are more sexually appealing than the nice guy, good guy type of guy. You understand? And the reason why jerks are more sexually appealing because jerks are usually more honest about who they are and what they're about. Because jerks more usually, you know, the jerk or the bad boy or the asshole, whatever you want to call it, the asshole has more depth to him than the nice guy or the good guy. You understand? Shout out to my dude KZaggin20 in the chat. What's poppin', bro? He said I had to address this nonsense too. Exactly. Dudes don't be getting this shit. A lot of guys don't get this. Guys think that they deserve a woman just because they're a good man. It don't work that way. You being a good man does not mean that you are entitled to a chick or the type of chick you want. Doesn't mean that. And let me tell you guys some other shit that's kind of, you know, that you would probably think is fucked up. Right? If we let's go there. Should I take it there?
Do it.
I'm gonna just take it there. Fuck it.
Just do it.
All right, because look. Okay, think about this, guys. Think about this. Eon 011, he said, most men are average at best like the women. Oh, man. That's funny. That is funny. That's real talk, though. But see, the thing is this. Think about this. You ever notice how women always say it's hard to find a good man? They're like, I can't find a good guy out here. How come I can't find a good man? And you're looking at it and you're like, the fuck is these bitches talking about? There's a bunch of good men out there. I'm a good man. What is she talking about? I would do anything for her, right? So the women are complaining they can't find a good man, but their inbox is full on Tinder or Bumble. They say they can't find a good man, but they walk down the street and dudes just trying to holler at them. They say they can't find a good man, but, you know, guys are trying to get at them in their inbox. You feel what I'm saying? April said a hard man is good to find. Hilarious. But it's the thing. Women say they can't find a good man, right? So you're saying to yourself, that makes no sense. There's all these good men trying to get at her. How the fuck can she find a good man? Right? You know why they can't find a good man? And this is going to hurt some of y'all feelings. But I got to say it because I need to understand this. The reason why they can't find a good man is because there's a lot of men who are good men that want to get with these women, but most of those men are actually invisible to these women. You understand? So some of y'all might actually be invisible to the women. So if you are invisible to the woman, you don't exist to her. Do you understand? You don't exist to her. So therefore, if you don't exist, you don't even count as an option because you're invisible. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you can have all these good men trying to get at her, but she don't even see them. They're invisible. You understand? So this is why. Okay, like says somebody just cried in their pillow. No, but it's facts though. This is what I'm saying. So what happens is that if you're that invisible guy, you don't count. You understand? You don't count. Because this is the thing. The reason why most women can't find a good man is because what they're really saying is this. That's an incorrect statement. When a woman says, I can't find a good man, that's an incorrect statement. What she's really saying is, I can't find a good man out of the men that I'm attracted to. That's what she's really saying. You understand? That's what she's really saying. She's saying, I can't find a good man out of the men I'm attracted to. So let's say 100 dudes is trying to get at a chick, right? In her inbox or whatever, or, you know, her Tinder, Bumble, on the street, whatever, right? Let's say 100 dudes is trying to get at her. And let's say out of those 100 guys, let's say like 90 of them are like good men. You understand? But out of those 100, she's only attracted to like 10 of them at the most. So now the 90 guys are damn near invisible to her. So she only sees 10 out of 100 dudes. Even though there's 100 dudes trying to get at her, she only sees 10. Now, the 10 she sees, in most cases, in 305, I'm gonna get to your call in a second. The most she sees, is those 10 out of those 100. So out of those 10 are to her the most attractive guys. You understand? So those are the guys who she's interested in, that 10% of the guys. So let's say out of those 10 guys, right? Let's say she talks to, goes back and forth with those 10 guys on the dating app or whatever it is. And let's say she goes out with 5 of them, right? And then so what's going to happen is, let's say 3 out of those 5, she's going to get with, and they just going to fuck her real quick and then bounce. You understand? Then she got 2 guys left. Now, one of the other guys, the one out of those 2, they're going to stick around for a little bit, maybe fuck her probably a month, 2, maybe 3 months, and then he's going to bounce. Then she got that last one, right? And let's say he sticks around the longest, but he only sticks around for like 6 months. She thinks she's starting to like really fall for him and stuff and all of this stuff. And then out of the blue, he just ghosts her. He moves on with somebody else, or, she just never hears from him again for whatever reason. So now what's going to happen is that she's going to say, you know what? There aren't any good men out here. There's no good men out here, right? But what she did is that she only looked at the 10%. Because the other 90 were damn near invisible to her. You understand? Because see, what happens is that a lot of the chicks out here, they'll have guys who they really want. They have the guys who they'll settle for. And then they have the guys who are invisible. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you're invisible, you understand, like to the chick, it don't even matter that you're a good guy. Because you're invisible, right? And then what happens is the ones that they really want, those are the ones that most women really want. Now, I'm simplifying this. You understand what I'm saying? So the ones they really want is what most women really want. So those guys are living in a certain reality where they're able to get as many women as they want. So no one woman in particular it's going to be hard for that woman to lock down that guy, which is why that guy can just run around, smash as many chicks as he wants, and then keep it pushing. And then she's going to be like, oh, these guys don't want commitment. These guys just want sex, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, there's the 90 guys that's invisible to her that's willing to worship the ground she walks on. But she don't want that, of course, because she's not attracted to that. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the guys in the middle who they're good guys that she'll settle for after she's done having her little sexcapades and trying to lock down the guy she really wants. You understand what I'm saying? So when men are out here screaming at the top of their lungs, telling women, well, you should get with a good guy. You have these good guys out here and you women are always getting with the assholes and then complaining later. And look at all these good guys here. Understand, you're wasting your breath. You're wasting your breath. See, these women don't want to get with those guys because those guys aren't sexually appealing. Those guys aren't really that confident. Those guys have no swag. Now, why am I even saying this and bringing this up? Like, how does this pertain to you when it comes to the game? What you have to understand is that if you're the guy in the invisible type of category, meaning that you just, let's say, for example, like you're probably saying, okay, how do I know I'm the invisible guy? Right? Let's say you're the type of guy who, for example, let's just simplify this. Let's say you're on Tinder and you got the Tinder Gold and you got unlimited swipes and you swiping like crazy. You swiping on everybody. You going ham. And you could barely get one match a month. You're invisible. You understand? If you hollering at chick after chick after chick and nobody ain't trying to holler at you, nobody ain't trying to mess with you, you're invisible. You understand? So what happens is that this is not something you're stuck in. This is something that you can work on so that you become visible. Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of guys are invisible because they're just not working on their shit. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can actually work on this. But most guys don't give a, they don't want to work on it. They just want to sit there and complain. They want to become black pill and MGTOW and all this other shit. Right? And this is the funny part. Most of the guys who subscribe to like the MGTOWs or the all these acronyms and the incels or the black pills and all this other stuff. Most of those guys are invisible to women. So it doesn't even matter if you're going your own way. It don't matter because they weren't even checking for you like that anyway. You understand what I'm saying? They were not checking for you. You understand? Shout out to my dude, Mr. Man in Action. Shout out to my dude. Shout out to my brother. What's going on, fam? What's going on? Caribbean says, so how do you change that? Well, that's the thing. A lot of dudes got to step up their game. This is what I've been saying for the past 13 years. That's what I'm saying. Like, you actually have to learn game so that you become that guy who is not invisible. So you become the guy that women actually want to fuck with. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, women are not going to stop fucking with the guys who are attractive. They're always going to fuck with the guys who are attractive. And they're in a constant pursuit of locking down those guys. But for a lot of women, it's hard because most women don't have game. That's why they keep getting fucked and chucked. You understand what I'm saying? But what happens is that they're in a constant pursuit of getting those guys because those guys who are the top guys still want to fuck. So the women get, some time with those guys and they get a chance to try to lock the nigga down. But then they usually fail, which is why they complain that they can't find a good man. Because they're under the illusion that they're able to get a high caliber guy just because high caliber men want to fuck them. You understand what I'm saying? So they're thinking, oh, well, I got this really good looking, tall guy with money that's going on a date with me and hanging out with me. And so she thinks that because she can get that guy, even though it didn't work out with him, she can get another guy like that. And maybe the next guy will work out like that. You understand? But understand that you need to make sure that you're stepping up your game so that when you're in these situations, when you're dealing with women, right, you'll be able to have a better pick of the situation. You understand? You'll be able to have more options, more choices. You understand? You'll be the guy that the women want to fuck with. So you wouldn't have to sit there and try to twist their arm and beg and plead that they get with a good guy because it ain't gonna happen. You understand? Because either the good guy is invisible or the good guy is the guy she's gonna settle for. And you don't want to be either of those guys. It's not fun being any of those guys. You understand what I'm saying? But let me take some calls real quick because I'm not gonna be on here too long. So let's go to 305. 305. What's popping? Who this?
What's up, Locario? This is Cali West. What's going on, brother?
Chilling, my brother. Did you donate?
You know what? I didn't, but I did subscribe to you. But I'll make sure I'll
killing
make sure I
me.
give you
All right, go ahead.
Bro.
Go ahead. What's going on?
That's my bad. I joined the show a little late, man. I was actually, watching another program, but I had to check in on you, bro. But don't worry, I'm gonna donate. I'm gonna drop something.
This is up. So what's good with you?
I just wanted to kind of say, it kind of goes back to that one episode that you just had recently that said, basically like, never tell them what they want to hear because they could tell you anything they want to say, but the truth is their biology is going to make them want to go with a guy who is kind of selfish and kind of put more into themselves. That's what women like to. They're like a man who's on their own. Like, that's kind of one of the best comparisons to the Pookie and Ray Rays and even a high value man have is the fact that they both care about themselves and they put themselves first. Right. And women are attracted to that.
Right. Exactly. And that's what it is. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And so a lot of dudes, they don't realize that, and then they end up trying to put the woman first. The woman is like, I'm not attracted to this. And then she's like, that guy becomes a guy that's just kind of in the background. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
You're right. Hands down. I mean, and a lot of people, and it's funny because, it's kind of like the movie The Invisible Man, or it's kind of like the book The Invisible Man, because, you could be right there, and a lot of men don't realize that they're invisible. And sometimes, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you got to play your position. Sometimes you might have to take, the back road and kind of, get on your grind, get your shit together and do what you got to do. And, you got to be like Kanye West, when you ain't got no money to go to the club, you gotta come back when you get dough.
And you know what it is? You know what it is for a lot of guys though? They don't realize that, because this is the thing with game in general. You understand what I'm saying? Is that people, men and women, they forget that they're in space with other people. Meaning, like, people sometimes have tunnel vision just on their own, shit. So they're thinking, they're like, oh, I see a girl and I like her and I want to talk to her or whatever. And let's say they like exchange numbers or they try to make something happen. And they think as soon as they get that, talk to that girl, it's just him and that girl. He don't realize that girl still has other guys she's dealing with. You understand what I'm saying? They still don't realize other guys are trying to get at her constantly. They don't, you understand what I'm saying? So they forget all of this. You see what I mean? And so if they trying to, dudes will be on these online dating sites and they're like, man, I'm not getting no matches. I'm not getting nobody that want to, respond to me. And I'm like, well, yeah, that's what it is, because based off of your profile, right? Your profile is showing me that you don't know how to dress. You understand? You take horrible pictures. You're not saying anything interesting in your bio. So why would she want to engage with you versus the other thousands of guys who might have better profiles than you? You see what I'm saying? Like, why should she take time out of her day to answer to you or interact with you when there's other better options in the situation? You see what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Dudes don't look at it that way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I mean, I guess it's like that's just any consumer. I mean, if a consumer could get a better car for a lesser price or get something better for the same price, why wouldn't they? They are giving up the sex, so
right.
They might as well give it up to the sex, to the best, to the best guy.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to admit too, it's not really completely our fault. We kind of bought into the fact that, as children, we were raised to, think that girls want to talk to one guy one time, and even if it doesn't work out, she'll just sit on her, legs, and
right.
sit on her, her good stuff, and she'll only talk to some guy, and for her to have sex, it has to be special.
Exactly. It is funny. That's the crazy part. I'm glad you bring that up, because a lot of dudes believe that bullshit. This is what I'm saying. Like, this is what a lot of guys think. Guys be thinking, like, when they meet a girl and she's single, that she hasn't been talking to nobody. You understand? She's just been hanging out, waiting for him to finally come up to her and get into her life. And then let's say they go on a date or something. He thinks she's only dating him. She's only going on a date with him. You understand? He texts her the next week or whatever. He thinks he's the only one texting her. You understand? Like, dudes be really thinking this shit. And then they think, oh, well, yeah, she's not having sex with any other guy because, I'm courting her and we're getting to know each other and blah, blah, blah. And she's not that type of girl. She likes to wait. That's all bullshit. All bullshit. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Right. You got to plug yourself out the matrix, Locario. I mean, once people kind of realize that, like, hey, you have to have confidence, but you have to kind of understand where you are at a totem pole. And what you do is you just kind of work around it, kind of like David fighting Goliath. Like, you just got to find your way.
Right. That's facts. But yo, man, bro, I appreciate you.
Have to have game, though.
I agree. Exactly. But yo, bro, I appreciate you calling, my brother. I'm going to holler at you, man.
Before you cut me off, sir, Locario, tell the viewers like myself, how can we donate to you? Like maybe via Cash App or something.
Yeah. It's at the top of the chat. If you go on the top of the chat, it has a link. It's Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff. Right at the top. It's pinned at the top of the chat and stuff. So you could.
Oh, okay. So I could sell you then, huh?
Yeah. You could just set up any of those links on the top of the chat. PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo. All right.
Oh, I had to press the link.
Yeah. So it's right here. If you're watching on YouTube, go on YouTube. It's right at the top of the chat. All right.
Okay, cool. Thanks a lot, brother. All
right, brother. I appreciate your call, my dude. All right. So, guys, you can call up. Call the number is 516-387-1224. 516-387-1224 is the number. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go to 503. 503. What's popping? Who this?
Yo, what up, Mr. Locario? This is Raymond from the chat, man. How you doing?
What up, my brother? Did you donate?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I did.
What's going on?
I had a question. I heard the last caller, you was talking to him about like dating profiles and how like certain chicks got like a certain type of guy they want. Now,
right.
I remember I was watching some sort of some video, and you was like, the way you dress, you know, you basically got to go some fuckboy shit, you know, just pretty much throw yourself out there like, this is me, I want sex, this is all I want. Do you think that like, because you have your profile set up a different way, like I'm a little hefty guy, I'm trying to lose weight and shit like that, but do you think that because like, if you have your profile set in a way where you're not really showing off shit like that, you're not being that sexy, you're not being as like out there, do you think like those types of profiles attract those types of chicks that like want to pick this dude to settle down with and then go fuck other people on the side?
I mean, yeah, well, the thing is this, it's a thing where you'll attract more of the like regular type of situation, of course. If you have like a profile that just like, you know what I mean? Like I'm just a guy here to date, then yeah, that's going to be more like the default setting of what's going to happen. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Now, it doesn't mean that you can't meet a girl and hook up and all that. You can still do that. But what it is that when things are more polarizing, you understand, then it is sort of like it brings the energy in a different way. So the thing is, like, let's say like if your profile is like, hey, like let's say you was wearing like a suit and shit and you look like you go to church, and in your profile you're like, hey, I'm looking for my queen and my special lady, then you're gonna attract, you understand what I'm saying, more chicks that's gonna either play that role or be in that sort of energy, versus if you in your profile, you understand what I'm saying, like you dressed all like, you know, cool and shit, you're looking slick and all of that, and you want some like sexual shit, then you'll attract more of that sexual energy. You see what I'm saying? Right. So based off of how you coming across, right? So based on how you coming across, that's the type of thing you're going to project. Because remember, like when you're on the online profile, when you're on the online dating, it's still marketing. You understand what I'm saying? You're marketing yourself. It's just like any other like product or service. When you look at a certain thing, it has a image, and that image creates a thought or a feeling in your mind. You understand of what that is, and then based off of that, that's the way you approach it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Okay. So it's like anything else. Right. Because just like if you was even, because think about it, if you're on Tinder and let's say you see a girl's profile where, you know, she got like, you know, her titties out, you know, she wearing a thong, you feel what I'm saying? And then you got another profile of a woman who's like just like dressed up in like a turtleneck sweater and glasses and look like she's like a librarian and shit. The girl with the thong, you'll be thinking like, oh, this chick get down. She on some sexy shit. You know what I'm saying? She on some sexual shit. The other girl, she seemed like, I gotta take her out to get coffee and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
No, yeah. You see what I mean? I was thinking like, well, like if I see the picture and shit, like if I see a chick that's like half naked or whatever, she got like these pictures where she in the gym, I'm like, now I want to fuck this, bro. Like I want to know how good she can. You know what I mean? But it's like, you know, like you said, like the marketing, like it invokes a different emotion. Like if I see a chick that got regular clothes on, she's like, oh, you know, this is what I need to do, and I'm like, oh, she looks like a nice girl.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. And the thing is, right, and the thing is, it's not even necessarily that has to be true. It's just that's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see that. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Where it's an image, it's an energy, it's a feeling, you know what I mean? So based off of how your shit is set up with the pictures and what you're saying in the bio, that's gonna bring a certain type of thought to that girl. So if you have a profile that exudes sex appeal, and it's just like, oh, you know, I'm a nigga that's out here just trying to get it in, and if she comes across that and she is actually wanting to do that at that time, she will hit you up, and then you're more likely to be able to get sex easier. You understand? Like, for example, there was a girl, I saw her profile once, right? It was this chick, she was, because I live in New York, right? So this chick, she was visiting New York, right? And then so I looked at her profile, and then on her picture, she had these sexy ass pictures, meaning like she had on like, there was one picture where she was wearing like a lingerie type shit, and another picture where it was like just a shot of her ass, and another picture where it was a shot of her titties, whatever. And then she said on the profile, she said, hey, visiting New York for a few days, looking to have some fun, yada, 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 right? Now,
right.
And then me and her had matched or whatever, right? But what happened was, for whatever reason, I didn't respond to it because I was doing some other shit. So I was like, I'll get back to that shit later, right? So I think maybe 2 or 3 days later, I go back on the profile. Shit is totally different. She changed the pictures, and she changed the profile because I guess she was back in her home state or whatever. So it said that, you know, she wasn't in New York anymore. So now it said some shit like, hey, you know, looking to go out and have a good time and have a fun date, blah, blah, blah. And she looked like she was dressed up, regular clothes, everything, like a totally different person. You understand what I'm saying? So when she was in New York, she was looking for the D. So she was like, let me market myself as somebody that's trying to fuck. Right. Then when she got back to her home, she was like, you see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You see what I mean?
That makes total sense.
Right.
Man. That makes, as soon as you said marketing, it just clicked for me.
Right.
Yeah. That pretty much answered my question, dog. I appreciate that a lot.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, my brother. All right.
All right. Peace.
Peace. But yeah, that's how it goes, man. I'm telling you, these chicks, they be doing that shit. A chick will go out of state and she be on vacation, or she's gonna be somewhere for a few days. She'll have a whole different fucking profile. She'll fucking, like, this is what they'll do. They'll cut their face off. They'll probably show half their face. They'll show their titties. They show their ass. And then they looking to get some dick. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what happens. And they go back home and they switch that shit all the way back. So let's go to 346. 346, what's going on? What's popping?
What's up, Mr. Locario, man?
What up? What's going on? Did you donate?
Man, I'm be honest with you, bro. I didn't donate, man. I got to catch on another round.
Oh, you killing me, bro. I'm giving you 2 minutes. Go ahead. I'm giving y'all 2 minutes when y'all what's popping with you?
Man, that's all I got to ask. How do you go from scratch, zero, being an invisible dude to attracting the women that you want?
Well, that's the thing. You can't just you can't do it quickly, I should say. It's something that is gradual. You see what I'm saying? Because what I mean is that it's like saying, how do I go from being broke to being a millionaire? You understand what I'm saying? Like, it could happen if you win the lottery, but what I'm saying is, in general, it's going to take some time. You understand? It's like saying, how do I go from a big fat motherfucker to having a six pack? It's like, it's going to take some time. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because what happens is the reason why you're invisible is because you're all the way on the other side of the spectrum, meaning that where you're trying to go, if you could get there, you'd already be there. Do you understand what I'm saying? But since you're not, there's certain things that's keeping you in that space where you are now. So in order for you to get to where you're trying to go, there's a lot of things you need to learn in between the time to get from here to there. You see what I'm saying? So what it is that, right. So it's a difference between, like, let's use for example, a person, let's talk about like someone like getting in shape, right? If you got a guy who is like, let's say 100 pounds overweight or some shit, let's say he has to lose like 150 pounds, right? And then you have another guy who has to lose 15 pounds. You understand what I'm saying? And then let's say the guy who's 150 pounds, he has a psychological issue with food, meaning he just can't stop eating. You know, he loves to eat and all this other stuff. And then the guy who's 15 pounds, you know, he likes to eat, you know, like bad food once in a blue, but he relatively can eat good. You understand what I'm saying? And he doesn't eat that much. The guy who only needs to lose 15 pounds, he's going to have an easier time getting to that fit state than the guy who is 150 pounds and likes to eat everything. Because the guy who's 150 pounds and likes to eat everything, he has to first get over that psychological issue of eating food all the time. So he has to even deal with that shit first. Then once he deals with that shit, he also has to be able to hit the gym, do all the other stuff. So he's starting from freaking ground zero. The other guy probably goes to the gym once in a while. The other guy, he knows how to eat moderately good. So now what's going to happen is, for him, he just has to make a few tweaks here and there to get to that next level. You see what I'm saying? So based off of where you're at, in a lot of cases, is going to determine how much work and how much energy you got to put in to get to that next level. So if you're going from invisible, you understand what I'm saying, to really trying to be that dude, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's possible. It's just that it has to be consistent. It has to be something that you're serious about working on. So for example, like because this is the thing, most of it it starts with a mindset. And so what happens is that you would have to be the type of guy who you would have to totally change your mindset about how you see yourself and about how you see women. You see what I'm saying? Because what it is, for example, let's say let's say you want to be the type of guy who has like a lot of casual sex, right? You would have to first change your mindset about how you view sex and how you view interacting with women when it comes to sex. So, for example, if you're the type of guy who's like, oh, well, if a woman has sex with me quickly, that's a bad thing and she's a slut and there's something wrong with her. That thought process is going to be, you got to get rid of that mindset, because it's going to be hard for you to fuck women quickly because you're going to think there's something wrong with it. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to think there's something wrong with her. You're going to think there's something weird about it. You're going to be like, wait a second, she must do this to every other guy. She must be dirty. She probably got an STD. Like, if your thoughts are like that, it's going to be hard for you to get sex, because in order for you to get sex, there has to be something within you that has a positive outlook on sex and casual sex. You see what I'm saying? So just even from the mindset aspect of it from the jump, you have to switch that shit. Because again, let's say you're the type of guy who's invisible. You might be the type of guy who every time you try to get with girls or whatever, the closest you've gotten to, or your experience is a woman giving you the runaround. You understand what I'm saying? So now what's going to happen is how do you get from women giving you the runaround to expecting women to fuck you on the first date? You see what I'm saying? That's two extremes. You see what I mean? But if your experience is women giving you the runaround all the time, it's going to be hard for you to believe that you could fuck a girl on the first date. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that the mindset already has to switch to you believing you could fuck a girl on the first date. But how are you going to believe you could fuck a girl on the first date if 99.999% of the time chicks giving you the runaround? You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying, where it's right. So that's what I'm saying, where it first has to be a mindset shift of you believing that you can fuck women on the first date, or fuck women quickly, or women that want to have sex with you quickly, or you can get casual sex before you can even get to the casual sex. You see what I'm saying? Because if your mind isn't even there where you think it can happen, it's going to be impossible for you to create the situation. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. It takes a while for that to occur if you're on that other side of the spectrum. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is, brother. But yeah, get your ass and hit that donate button, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already gave you enough game. But holla at your boy, man. I'm gonna holla at you, man. Peace. I'm about to cut them off. But see, that's another thing too, guys. Part of what let me keep it 100% funky with y'all, because I'm just being nice. You feel what I'm saying? Hell yeah, K-Zag, and do some video. Fuck that. Do some video. Shout out to you. See, that's what happened when dudes got game. We can bounce off each other and do we getting the ideas popping. I love it. But what I was gonna say is that part of what makes it hard for you guys to, because let me just go deep into this shit. And I've talked about this before, but I want to reiterate this, right? What you have to understand is that, in order for you to get what you want, right, you have to give something. I'm gonna say that again. In order for you to get what you want, you have to give something. You can't really get unless you give. You understand? That's a damn law of the universe. You understand what I'm saying? In order for you to get, you have to give. So this is why when I tell you guys, donate, when you're actually donating, you understand what I'm saying? That's you giving to get the information. But see, what happens is that if you're trying to get information or you're trying to get anything without giving, what happens is that you're not going to really get what you want because you're not giving anything. You see what I'm saying? Because again, we talk about the mindset. When your mindset is getting without giving, you'll never get what you want, because you need to know that you have to give in order to get what you want. You see what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. You reap what you sow. You understand? So the thing is that a lot of times when like I get guys all the time hit me up like, yo, can I get a free consultation? Or can I get I ain't really got the money. I'm like, bro, you know that's not going to happen. And actually, I'd be doing a disservice to you doing that. You see what I'm saying? Because that's not teaching you. Because this is the thing. if you try to get without giving, what you're doing is that you're continuously perpetuating that mindset of trying to get without giving, which is going to get you nowhere. Which is partly why dudes have issues when it comes to women, because guys want women without having to put in any work. If you notice that, it's real shit. Most dudes want to get women. They want to live a certain lifestyle. They want to make shit happen without putting in any type of work. They're like, it's like, it don't work that way. You see what I'm saying? It don't work that way, man. Well, let's go to these last two calls real quick, and I got to head up out of here. 412, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, what's going on, Locario? This is AT calling, man.
AT, what's going on, my brother?
All right, definitely donated. I didn't forget to do it. I called the caller,
Appreciate it, my brother. What's going on? What's going on?
All right, man. Chilling. But yeah, just thinking, I was going to ask a question, but just kind of touch on what you had just said about, giving to get. That's where, I kind of feel like coming across your work and stuff like that. It was like, okay, I want to learn more what I'm willing to do. Buy your book, join the Patreon, donate to the shows in order to get the information and give up my time to, get on the live stream, even if I'm not, like doing anything, but it's giving us that time to listen, to the information you're giving out, that you and Miles giving out, so definitely putting in that time to, give up my time or resources to get the pertinent information.
Right. That's what's up.
So the other thing when you were saying about as far as just how things, I guess the mindset, I definitely believe that as far as, changing things like with thinking about getting into the dating game where I first was, with coming out of a marriage and divorce and all that stuff, I didn't, know what to do. And then it was like, okay, what do I want to do? Get into it. And at first thought, oh, I got to come with, just looking for a good girl, somebody to deal with. But that wasn't what I really wanted. I wanted to, casual dating and whatnot. So it was just like, okay, finding yourself, listening to what I do. Like, all right, let me change it up and have a different mindset of, like you said, about dealing with women, hooking up, sex, and it not being some, just like, okay, be open to it. Women are going to be do it, accepting, having a, non-judgmental attitude. And then, things have turned around, 360 degrees by, doing a lot of those things. And it's, come to be much easier, even with girls that put on their profile, oh, not here for hookups or, looking for something serious, but because you're able to talk to them, even get them out. And when they hook up, I'm like, you said you wasn't looking for a hookup. Well, that was for the undesirable guys.
Right. Exactly. Now that's facts. I want to say real quick about that is the more that you understand how women operate, the more you understand how any particular woman views you in any particular situation. You see what I'm saying? Because based off of how she's responding to you, is really going to tell you exactly where she puts you or where she sees you at that moment. So if she's like, oh, well, we got to wait, get to know each other. We got to do all this other stuff. She doesn't see you as the top priority of guys she can get with. Because if she did, she'd be listening to what you're saying, period. You still to say that's it. You feel me? But go ahead.
Right. And the last question I just wanted to ask and get off, because I know you're about to jump, is that, so it was dealing with a girl, we were, the kind of friends with benefits from 2019 till 20, till right when, COVID and the pandemic hit. So she backed off because she ended up getting COVID and got sick for a while. And then we started talking, I guess, this past July. We were saying, texting like, hey, we should meet up for drinks and catch up. And she was saying, cool. And then just disappeared, like just went ghost. And then last Wednesday, text me out of the blue, like, oh, I apologize. It's been so long. We should get together. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, cool. You taking me out. So she did, took me out for drinks, meal, and explained it was just, she was going through a lot of stuff. But I was just like, let's be real. I'm like, there was probably a guy in there somewhere that you were talking to that was offering more. And it eventually came around, well, yeah, there was this guy I was dealing with before I had met you in 2019. He came back and we were saying, what's up? But now he's fucking up. That's why she hit me back up, to start hooking up again. So, kind of my question to you is like, in a situation like that, would that be somebody you just say, you know what, hey, since you kind of ghosted, charge her, or because we did have a history, but now you're just kind of demoted? I know you talked about it before, just fuck buddy status.
Yeah, basically. I mean, at that point, look, man, at that point, it's one of them things where, it's like, cool. You want to kick it? Cool, we can kick it. But at this point, this is the double-edged sword about understanding the game. Because let's say, like, the fact that you even knew this, right? That gives you a different level of awareness of what's going on. Now, if you didn't know this, you just be like, oh, well, I guess, we just got out of touch and now she's back and everything it is what it is. But essentially what happened is that she said, oh, let me go do this other thing. And then now that the other thing didn't work out, I'm coming back to you as the backup. You see what I'm saying? Which is cool. Hey, if you want to do that, you want to do that. But it just, in my opinion, I can't necessarily, I can't take a woman that seriously at that point. Like her, like that particular situation. It's like, yeah, we could kick it. We could have some fun, but I don't necessarily take you seriously because you didn't take me seriously. You see what I'm saying? So why would I take you seriously if you see what I'm saying? Like, why? You see what I mean? Like, it's one of those things where, because it'd be different if, let's say, for example, you was kicking it with her and y'all was been doing some shit, and let's say she met this other dude, but let's say you was just saying, look, I just want something casual, and she was like, I want something more serious, and she met another guy who was like, okay, he wants something serious, and then she bounced from you to get with the other dude, and then whatever. I could understand that because I'm like, hey, I told you I just want some casual. This other nigga gonna give you some serious. Go do your thing, and then let's say it don't work out, you come back to me. I'm all good with that. But what I don't like is I'm trying to make something happen with you. You fall off the face of the earth and you fucking with somebody else, and it just totally ignored me. And then all of a sudden, when it don't work out, then you want to come back. Now, again, you could come back and we could fuck around, but I'm just not taking you seriously. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just not going to happen. Because to me, what it is that, and this is what I try to teach also, is that you want everybody, man, woman, child, animal, whoever, you understand what I'm saying, to treat you with the utmost respect. So what it is that I can't allow anyone, any person, in me having knowledge of it, to me willingly allowing them to get the best part of me when they weren't willing to give me their best. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you can't come here after the fact, you understand what I'm saying, and then try to get the bet. Like, fuck out of here. We can, I'll give you some dick and we can have a little bit of fun, but you ain't getting like the best of me. You ain't getting that shit. Like, you're done. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a wrap. You feel what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it was just the whole time, we knew it was casual, but it was just the fact that, okay, we're in the middle of texting saying, hey, let's get together. She's like, cool. And then just ghost, out of nowhere. Then it's like 3 months later, you want to hit me up. And I was like, I already knew what it is. It was like some other dude, but trying to play the sob story. Oh, I was going through this and that. It's like, look, that might be true, but the other part you ain't saying is there was a guy involved as well, that you really want to see what's up. That fell apart for whatever reason. Now here you are.
Right. And it's like, it's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, and again, when you see what happens and you know how things go, you understand what I'm saying? Then you understand what's really going down. So my thing is always where this thing is when, like, I've been in situations where after the fact, because I didn't know no better before, but after the fact, when I look back on it, I was like, oh shit, I remember that girl that I messed with, like a few years ago. She was on some attention horse shit, or she was just using me for this or this. Like, I know that now, knowing what I know now. You understand? Before I didn't know that because I was just oblivious. You feel what I'm saying? But now that you understand the game and you understand how women work, then you know why they're doing what they're doing, when they're doing it at this time, why they're doing it at that time, and then you can make a better assessment of, yeah, I'm not taking this chick seriously. I'm not gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we could hook up, but I ain't taking it seriously. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is.
Right. Okay.
Feel me?
All right. I definitely, as always, man, appreciate the info.
That's what's up, my brother. Appreciate you, man. I'm holler at you.
All right.
All right. Peace. Later. All right. So 725, what's popping? Who this?
Hey, man, how big is your dick?
This nigga. He be waiting on the line forever to do that shit.
Get out of here, you damn nigga!
All right, so listen, guys. I gotta head out. I didn't want this to be too long, but yo, so tomorrow we're gonna have free game Fridays with me and Miles. Make sure you guys go to badboymembership.com to join the Bad Boy membership, where you get 45 to 90-minute audio and video dating advice tutorials every month. Make sure that you guys go there. You can also get the Game Kings documentary. And if you want the Game Kings by itself, go to mr.locario.com to get it by itself. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to holler at you later. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.
When it comes to being a man, it's about being that rock. It's about being stable.
So first, you're gonna have to find discipline within yourself. Do you have that type of discipline? Do you even have the heart to be ruthless?
Women need leadership. It is in their nature to seek out leadership.
You know, you can't do it 99 because all that's part of a man. You got to do it 100.
Apparently, these women out here having sex with somebody. Apparently, they're getting pregnant with somebody. Shoot, somebody getting some.
You should look at something like hypergamy and allow it to inspire you to always be evolving, getting better, expanding, developing.
There are things you know, there are things you don't know. Then there are things you don't know you don't even know.
There can be 10 of us in one room, and there's one question, and there's 10 correct answers, all different.